All right, AVID folks, come on back in and we're going to go over how to create questions and summary pages online. My juniors, you're like, oh yeah, I remember doing this. You remember doing this as a 10th grader last year. For my freshmen, this is going to be new for a lot of you. A lot of you were taught how to do questions and summary on paper and how to do 1, 2, 3 entries, then write your questions, then write your summary. Um, I got a feeling a lot of you are going to like this because it is online and it's a lot easier. A lot of you type better than you actually write. You actually type faster and quicker. And so this might make it easier for you. Plus, we are cutting out a couple things. So it's going to even be a little less work than it normally is. So let's jump right into it and get into this assignment so you can get it all done. So we're going into the online notebook. At this point, you should have no trouble getting there. Going into AVID lessons, we're in week 1. The lessons for week 1 for the AVID 9 class and the AVID 11 class are the same lessons. Why? Because I think this is just good basic lessons to get you in to digital learning, to distance learning, and getting yourself comfortable. I'm trying to make the first week not too much so that you can feel successful and you feel like you can get the basic foundation of things going. So this is your week 1 assignments. These are your topics. That all that kind of stuff should go over on the week 1 agenda. Things you need to turn in. And as you can see right here, you need to rate 3 questions in summary per class for all your classes. So skip that to skip down to assignment 2. Assignment 2 is right here, question summary for the week. And this video, once I'm done, this is going to be where you find it as well as on the YouTube channel. So these are the written instructions. If you want to go through the written instructions to do it, I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So on your left-hand side, again, you've got your content library, and then down at the bottom, you should see just your name. Again, I'm going to have a whole bunch of names because I got a bunch of students, but you should just see your name. Our test subject for it, our guinea pig, is going to be Brian. He's such a good sport about these things, so I figured he'd be okay with me setting up his notebook for him. When you click on your name, you should see a bunch of classes show up: biology, AVID, English, math, elective, and PE. If that doesn't work for you, if those aren't the correct classes, let's say that you don't want to put elective, you want to put world geography. So you right click it and it should give you an option here. It says rename this section. You rename it world geography. Boom, there you go. If you want to get very specific, if you're like, well, I'm not in a math class, I have integrated math 1. Okay, so then you can go, I am 1, if you want to do that. If you want to leave it as math, English, and such, then go for it. You're probably like, why are there 6 classes? My goal is for you to do this for all 6 classes. I know a lot of you are used to not doing PE. Well, that was when PE was basically, they're just like, suit up, go walk the track for 2 hours. Well, hopefully they're going to be giving you some kind of learning lessons where you can get something out of it now. So you should be learning information from your PE class online. If you're not, at least learning stretches, doing exercises. You can do questions about your exercises, questions about your stretches, or anything else that they're having you do. So that's why we're going to start doing PE now. That's probably something new that you're not used to. Okay, so that's underneath your name. So how are we going to set these folders up? Back up at the top, it says class information right here in the content library. You click on that, and you will see a couple pages: blank questions and summary and example questions and summary. The blank one is the one we're going to be using in just a moment, but I want to go to example questions and summary, and you should check it out too when you get time, just so you can kind of see what is it we are creating. This is what I'm looking for right here. Okay, we're going to copy this box and we're going to fill it in, and then we're going to write a summary. So what do you need to have? You need to have the class, the dates for the week, and then question 1, question 2, question 3. And you're like, wait a second, don't we usually have to do slows? Usually you do, but I'm not going to expect you to do slows through this distance learning. So slows put to the side. And you're like, well, what about notes or references that we normally do? Not expecting it this time around. So you can take notes, but you don't need to include them in on this assignment. All I want is, what did you learn in English this week? Make 3 questions. What did you basically learn in math this week? 3 questions. AVID, what did you learn this week? Here's 3 questions. And then a nice detailed summary that we've always been writing in class. And then for a different class, biology, yes, you're doing it for biology now. Normally we used to not do that, 9th graders, but we are now. Same deal, 3 questions on what did you learn this week and detailed summary. English, again, 3 questions, detailed summary. And then we get to math. So math is a little different because yes, you'll fill in math, but for the questions, it doesn't necessarily need to be questions about the information. You can use actual example problems, maybe off of a worksheet, maybe off of some digital platform they're having you go to. If you want to create a question that's like something like, what's the difference between the equation of a line and the equation of a parabola? You can do that. If you want to just take a question they give you, find the point that these 2 lines intersect, or solve for x. I do want you to include like what they want you to do. Don't just put the equation in, but like, do they want you to solve for x? Do they want you to simplify? Do they want you to graph? What do they want you to do with that? And then your summary is solving it. So there's problem number 1, there's problem number 2, and then there's the answer to that short problem number 3. Normally, when we did this on paper, I would have you write the steps next to it, but I don't want to add too much complication here in distance learning. So just solving it as best you can. I know sometimes it's hard to write math equations, so do the best you can, but this is good practice, and that way you have a nice summary of what you learned in math. So math's a little tricky. World geography, in 3 questions, summary, and then again, PE, 3 questions and summary. And so you should have one of these for each class each week. You should be learning something in every class every week. All right, so now how do we set this up? How do we get it going? So the other page, blank questions and summary, is right here. Click on it, and you'll see that box with the summary heading all left empty right now. So what do? You just highlight it, do Control-C or copy, and you'll go down to your classes here. Let's start with biology since it's our first one on the list. Click on it and you're going to see just untitled page. So I would take that copied graph, I would paste it in right there. And then, okay, so that's set up. So this is good to go for biology, but I have not set up my page. So what are we asking you to set up? Keep it real simple. Week number 1, questions summary. That's all I'm looking for. And then this is for biology, so you'd fill it in right there. Fill in class. We can do that right now, actually. Look at that. We know it's biology. We know the first week is from the 20th to the 26th. Probably don't have your questions yet. Probably don't have your summary yet. But the moment you get those, you can fill them in. And I'm asking that you set this up for the whole rest of the time, from now until the end of the school year here. So go down here to the bottom where it says add a new page, click on it, go week number 2, questions and summary. And then since you're on your clipboard, you can just paste it again, boom. And you know this is gonna be biology. Okay, if you really wanna fill in the dates, we know it'll be the 27th through the, I wanna say it's going to be May 3rd. I want to check me on that. Okay, go down here, add a new page. Week number 3, question summary. Paste it in again. This is going to be biology. I'm not sure about the dates right now. I'll fill that in when we get to week 3. Page 4, week number 4, questions and summary. Paste it in again. Again, this is biology class. New page. Week, oops, number 5. Question and summary. Again, biology class. Week number 6. Question summary. Biology class. And I would leave it at just 1 through 6. Now the 7th week is set to be finals week. Are we having finals? Are we gonna just do another set of lessons? I don't know what's going on that week right now. So honestly, right now, I would just leave it 1 through 6. So biology is set. Gotta go to AVID now. Go to your next class, AVID, okay. Week number 1 again, questions and summary. Paste it in. Now I put AVID class. Week number 2, questions and summary. Week AVID class. New page. You can see how you start to get a rhythm with this thing. So keep consistent so it looks nice. Oop. AVID. Oh, not Avis. That's a car rental company. All right. Week number 4. Questions and summary. Add it in for AVID. Week number 5. Questions and summary. Not quivid. I don't know what that is other than a typo. And week number 6, questions and summary. Okay. So now what have I done so far? Biology, 1 through 6. AVID, 1 through 6. You're going to need to do that for English. Boom. Integrated Math 1. It's loading. Good. Boom. I got to do it for my elective, which is the world geography or a Spanish class, whatever that might be. Boom. And then PE or any other elective I might be taking, do 1 through 6 as well. Should take you about maybe 20 minutes at the most. Then you're set up and ready to go. And so later on in the week, when you are done with your biology class, whether you do all your biology work like on Monday and you're done with Monday, you can come in here on Monday and get this knocked out on Monday. If you want to come in on Sunday night and do it, that's fine too. You want to do it on Friday morning, Thursday night at midnight, whenever it works for you. That's the beauty of distance learning, is you get to set your schedule. But get in here, get your questions and summary done by 8 o'clock Monday morning. Am I going to grade them all on 8 o'clock on Monday morning? Maybe, maybe not. But anything that I see after 8 o'clock on Monday morning is fair game. And so you don't know when I'm going to log in and grade these things. And some of the tutors are going to be probably popping in and grading these things as well. So I might tell them, hey, get in there as soon as you can, starting 8 o'clock Monday morning. And they might just be like, hey, I'm going to knock this thing out at 8 o'clock Monday morning. And they just go in, click on your folders, and whatever is there is there. And I'll probably have them put a time, but it doesn't matter because you should have had your work done by 8 o'clock the following Monday morning. So you got a week to get all these done. Every week you're going to be rolling through these things. And week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 6. And there we go. And so that's exactly how you do question summary. Nice, organized, easy for us to follow, but you got to set them up. And that's what you need to do this week, as well as do your week 1 stuff for each class. All right. I hope that kind of clarifies how to set it up. I'm trusting that everybody pretty much knows how to do questions and summary at this point. If you've been in AVID for, what are we looking at, like about 6 months now, I would say you should be doing question summary pretty easily at this point. Level 2, level 3 questions as best you can, answering them in detail. In fact, let me pop back over to the screen. This is actually on the assignment for the week, just so I can remind everybody. Week 1. Go down to questions and summary. Okay, those are the steps. We just did those. Filling in questions summary. Again, you should know how to do that. Just a couple of reminders here in red and bold. I can only do so much to point it out. You follow the same rules as when you did questions summary before. Make sure you have complete sentences when you write your summary and your question. Make sure that you're checking for grammar and spelling mistakes. Now you have the option to spell check if you're not sure if something's spelled or is grammatically correct. Write in detail, avoid pronouns, all that stuff that we've talked about before. Still should be able to do it, except now you're typing it up instead of writing it up. Okay, so no more stapling or anything, or having to put paper clips on it, or having to like go turn it in the back of the classroom anymore. Like, this is how we roll. This is what I've been gearing the 9th graders towards anyway. We were going to do this in 10th grade. Now we're getting a crash course on it here at the end of 9th grade. 11th graders, You should know how to rock and roll with this kind of thing. Maybe you don't like it. I know it wasn't always popular with everybody, but at least you know how to do it. So now you're going to be executing online completely. All right. All right. Sounds good. Hopefully it works out for you. And this video is going to be available on YouTube, which is probably where you found it. So give me a call or text me if you have any questions or anything's not working out right, but I think you're ready to rock and roll. All right. See you, everybody.